Good morning, students. Our next topic from the chapter matter is evaporation. What is evaporation? The process during which a liquid changes into its gaseous state at any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. See in our last video we have learned about the boiling also. Either it is evaporation or either it is boiling. In both, liquid changes in its gaseous state, right? The conversion of liquid takes place into the gaseous state. But what is the difference in between boiling and evaporation? Evaporation occurs at any temperature below the boiling point, right? But your boiling occurs at a fixed temperature, that is called your boiling point. That is the main difference in between evaporation and boiling. And the similarities in both, liquid gets converted into the gaseous state, but evaporation occurs at any temperature below the boiling point, while the boiling occurs at a particular temperature, that is called the boiling point. It occurs at a fixed temperature, right? If I say the example of evaporation, so we have observed that our wet clothes dry up in the sun in the short time, right? And if the wet mop floor dry up after some time, that are also the example. Even if you take bath and your hairs are wet, so after some time that you see that they dry up after some time. So this is what, these are the examples of evaporation. Either it is drying of clothes, either it is drying up of the wet mop floor, or either it is the dry up of your wet hair. This is what, all these are an example of the evaporation. Next is the explanation of evaporation on the basis of kinetic theory, right? See, whenever I say the kinetic theory, the kinetic means to say it is about the movement of the particles, because kinetic, this word kinetic is related to the motion of the particles, right? So in case of evaporation, how the particles are moving, why the particles are converting from its liquid state to the gaseous state, how the motion of the particles is there. So we know that in liquid the molecules move in all directions, right? They are having a space in between them, so they are having space to move, so they can move in any direction, but they move within the boundary of the liquid, right? So whenever they are moving, if they are having the space, we know that more the space, less will be the force of attraction in between them. But as in the liquid, the space is not so much, right? Space is there, but it is not so large, so a small molecular force of attraction is there. So what will happen due to that, when the particles will move from one position to another position within the boundary of the liquid, then what will happen, due to their movement the molecule possesses kinetic energy, because kinetic energy is what, it depends upon the motion of the particles, right? Kinetic energy is the energy related to the motion of the particle. If the particles are moving, that means they possesses the kinetic energy, right? So what happens, some of the molecules have a lot of kinetic energy and some have the less kinetic energy, right? The amount of energy completely depends upon their movement, right? So when the molecules are moving in all the direction, then what will happen, obviously they will collide with each other. Just like if you are moving, if you are roaming in the class randomly, all of the students of your class starts to move randomly, right? Then what will happen, they will collide with each other. So same happens in the case of the molecules of the liquid, so they will collide with each other and they exchange the energy of one molecule get transferred to the another, right? So during this collision, some molecules get enough energy to overcome that force of attraction, right? Now they are having enough energy so that they can oppose the force of attraction. So what will happen, they will move out from that force of attraction, and hence they will convert to the liquid gaseous state, or we can say they will escape from the surface of liquid and they form the vapor. So in this way liquid will convert into the vapor state. So why it is happening, because of the random collision of the molecules. As they are colliding with each other, they are transferring the energy, and some molecules will get enough energy to move on, and hence they will convert it into the vapor. So we can say the fast moving molecules of the liquid are constantly escaping from the liquid to form vapor. Why I'm saying fast moving? Because more fastly they are moving, more they are having kinetic energy, right? That means they will need a very less amount of energy to escape, right? So that's why the fast moving molecules of liquid are constantly escaping from liquid to form vapor. That means the liquid is converting into the gaseous state, and this process continues till all the liquids get evaporated, just like wet clothes get dried up. So what is happening over there? The liquid in the clothes is there, right? The water, the molecules of that water continuously they will get enough energy and they will escape out, and the process will go till then the whole water get escape out, or we can say the clothes get dried up. This is your process of evaporation. Next is the factors on which your rate of evaporation depends, right? First factor is what? The temperature. Have you seen that when you put your wet clothes in the sunlight, or when you put or either you are drying up your clothes in night, or either you are drying up clothes in your daylight, then when they will dry up faster, obviously in the sunlight, right? So why it is happening? Because in daytime the temperature is high as compared to night, right? So that means higher the temperature of the liquid, so the rate of evaporation will also be high, right? That's why what happens, wet clothes dry up faster on a hot day than a cold day. In winters it takes 2 or 3 days to dry up the clothes, but in summer hardly 15 minutes or max to max 1 hour is enough to dry up the clothes. That's why in winter you are always having the reason, ma'am, I have my clothes are wet. Why? Because in winter it takes more time to get dried up. Why? Because in winter the temperature is less as compared to summer, right? So the first factor is that more the temperature, more will be the evaporation. Second factor is the surface area of the liquid. When the area exposed to air is more, the rate of evaporation is also more. For example, tea in a saucer cools faster than a cup, right? If you are taking a 1 glass of water, right, and you are putting in glass itself, and then 1 glass of hot water you are putting in a bigger fry pan, so in which it will get cooled down faster, obviously in the fry pan, because it is having larger surface area. So more the surface area is exposed to air, rate of evaporation will also be faster. It completely depends upon the surface area of the liquid. Next is the speed of wind. If wind is blowing, so obviously the evaporation takes faster, right? But if wind is not there, the speed becomes lesser. For example, if you are drying up your clothes under the fan or without the fan, so when it will dry up faster, obviously under the fan. So when the speed of wind increases, the rate of evaporation also increases. So that's why the example is given, clothes dry faster under a fan. When the speed of wind increases, the particles of water vapor move away with the wind. As a result, the amount of vapor decreases in the surrounding, right? So with the wind, what is happening? The particles of water they move away with the wind. Hence, the vapor decreases in the surrounding. That's why with the speed of wind, the evaporation will be faster. Next, fourth factor is your humidity. What is humidity? It is the amount of water vapor present in air is called your humidity. So what happens when the humidity is higher, the rate of evaporation decreases. That's when winter the humidity is higher, right? That's when winter it takes lot time to get dried up, right? So even in the rainy season, have you seen, because of the water content in air in the rainy season, moisture is always there, right? Due to that moisture is what? That is the water content in the air. Due to that, what happened? The evaporation became slower. That's why in rainy season it takes lot time to dry up the clothes. So higher the humidity, less will be the evaporation. Next is your fifth factor is the nature of the liquid. What is that? We know that spirit, just like alcohol, evaporates faster as compared to water when we put it in our palm. So it is because different liquids have different boiling points and the different intermolecular force of attraction, right? See, if you are taking acetone, so obviously it will evaporate faster, But if you are taking if I see the example of kerosene on water, so as compared to water, kerosene will evaporate faster. So it depends, completely depends upon the type of the liquid, which liquid you are taking, right? Different liquids are having different evaporation rate, right? So some liquids evaporates faster, some liquids evaporate slower. So it completely depends upon the nature of the liquid, right? So what is there? The higher the boiling point of the liquid, the lesser will be its evaporation. Thus, liquids having lower boiling points such as alcohol, spirit, ether, right? They are having the less lower boiling point. That's why they get evaporated faster than the liquids that are having the higher boiling point. So in the nature of liquid, we can say the liquids which are having the less boiling point, which are having the lower boiling point, they will get evaporated faster as compared to the liquid that are having higher boiling point, right? So these are the factors on which your rate of evaporation depends. Next is the evaporation causes cooling. So whenever the evaporation is there, a cooling sensation is always there. I will take an example, especially girls have seen that, because girls uses nail polish, right? And they uses the nail polish remover also. So when you put the nail polish remover on your hand, so what you feel, it gives a soothing or cooling sensation. Why? Because liquid evaporates. And why the liquid is evaporated? Because it is getting, the molecules are getting enough energy to get escape out. And from where they are getting the enough energy? They are getting the energy from the heat that surrounds it. So when the heat is being absorbed by the particles and they escape out, now the heat has been absorbed. The absence of heat is what? The coolness. So as the heat is being absorbed by the particles, so hence what is happening? The liquid draws the necessary heat from the surrounding, and hence liquid loses its heat, so it gets cooled. So we can say evaporation causes cooling because the heat is being absorbed by the particles to escape out. Now the absence of heat is there, I mean the how much amount of the heat has been taken out, it will obviously, it is what? It is the heat will be less, hence less heat means to say what? The cooling effect. That's why we can say that evaporation always causes cooling. I will explain it to you with the help of an activity. See, in the activity, what is there? Activities that to show the evaporation causes cooling. What they have taken, the two thermometers has been taken, one cotton and some alcohol. So first what we have done, they both the thermometer are at the room temperature, so the readings has been taken that both the thermometers are having the same temperature. Now what is being done, a cotton pad is taken and it is put under the first thermometer, right? Now still the temperature will be same, but when the alcohol is being poured on the cotton, right, then alcohol, what will happen? As the alcohol is having low boiling point, so it will evaporate. When it is evaporating, what is happening? It is absorbing the heat from the surrounding. When the heat is being absorbed, so what will happen? There will be the cooling effect on the cotton. So cooling effect means to say what? The temperature will get lower. That's why the temperature of A thermometer will get lower while the temperature of B will remain same. Why? B will remain same because there is no any cooling effect on the temperature of B. It is on the A only. So we can say that thermometer A begins to show a fall in temperature while thermometer B does not show any change in temperature. Right? Why it is happening? Because alcohol poured on the cotton tied to thermometer, it evaporates and causes cooling. Whenever the evaporation is there, there is what? The cooling sensation will be there. So it proves that your evaporation always causes cooling. Your next is the application of evaporation. So first is the water becomes cold in earthen pots during summer season. In summer season, I think so maximum houses are having the earthen pots, right? We put water in that. So after some time, when we fill it, after some time, what happens? The water get cooled down. Why it is happening? Because the earthen pot is having very tiny pores on the surface of the earthen pot. So the water seeps out through the pores and slowly gets evaporated. So what is happening? The water in the pot is very slowly, because the pores are very small, so very small portion of the water is getting seeping out, and hence what it is doing, it is absorbing the heat from the surrounding and it is evaporating. So very minor amount of water is getting evaporated, and when the evaporation is being done, what is there? Absence of heat, and that is what it causes the sensation of coolness. So as some of the water particles are getting evaporated, so what will happen, the heat required for the evaporation is taken from the water in the earthen pot, thus the water in the earthen pots become cool. Water particles are seeping out and they are taking heat from the water itself. Now some of the heat is being absorbed by the water particles, and these particles get converted into the vapor, right? That means the temperature of the earthen pot has been lower down. So what is there? The cooling effect will be there, right? That's why the earthen pot becomes cool. Next is your perspiration keeps our body cool. During summer on heavy exercise, our body gets hot due to rise in temperature, right? If you do exercise, what happens? Our temperature of the body rises up. So to cool off, our body perspires. So when the sweating is done, after some time you will feel that a sensation of coolness is there. Why it is there? Because when the perspiration is there, then what happens? It is what? The evaporation, and evaporation is what? Evaporation always causes cooling, right? It evaporates by taking heat from the body and keeps it cool. Next is perfume and talc gives cooling sensation in summer, especially when you pour talc on your body, then what happens? You feel a sensation of coolness. Why it is there? Because the perfumes contain alcohol and the talc contains mint crystal, right? So these get evaporates and they take heat from the body. As the heat from the body is being taken out, right? So what will happen? The sensation of cooling will be there, right? Next is putting the strips of wet cloth during the high fever lowers down the body temperature. That I think so all of you have gone through that, where whenever someone is having fever in your family, then your mother especially what she does, she put the wet clothes on the forehead. Why it is happening? Why? How this works? Because what happens, wet cloth, your body, the temperature of your body is high. When you put the wet cloth on your forehead, then what will happen? The water in the wet cloth, they will absorb the heat from the body and they will get evaporate. As the heat is being absorbed, so what will be there? The sensation of coolness will be there, hence the temperature of the body will be lower down. Why it is being lower down? Because the heat has been absorbed by the wet cloth. That's why the doctor always advises to put strips of the wet cloth on the forehead for the patient having high fever, right? So it lowers down the body temperature, the water in the strips evaporates. It takes heat required for the evaporation from the body. As the heat is being taken from the body, so obviously what will be there? The sensation of coolness. So we can say that evaporation causes cooling, and that is having a various application in our daily life. That is the end of your chapter.